Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Oh Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Jaya Giri Govardhan Jaya Giri Govardhan. Jaya Girajaji Girivardhari Girajaji. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Shila Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Nitai Gaura Haribo, 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 Gaura Haribo. Nitai Gaura Haribo, 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 Gaura Haribo. Govardhanandi.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. I think we have about 60, 70 people, a little bit more than that, but I'm only hearing 10 voices. So can we try that one more time? Because this is the glories of Govardhana Puja. And we're going to find out why it's so important. So we're here to celebrate the glories of the Lord lifting Govardhana Hill, fighting fighting envy, Lord Indra's envy and greed. It's a lesson. Each of this pastime is just not a fairy tale. It's a pastime. It's a lesson for us. So we are here to celebrate the glory. So we should be happy, joyful. So let's try that one more time. Hare Krishna. Better. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Rama Rama. Hare Hare. Hare Bo. Now that is what I call joyful chanting of the holy name for the glory, for the pleasure of Sri Sri Giri Govardhan. Today we have two wonderful performances by the Sunday school kids. And they have worked really hard. Actually, they spent about 5 to 6 weeks really preparing this drama. And we're going to first start with a Damodar class. And I will hand it over to Mother Varsha, who is the Sunday school teacher for the class. And she has, as we know, she's a very amazing, hardworking Sunday school teacher. She's going to speak about Okay, so we are requesting devotees to go back a little bit. We need a little bit more space in the front. So if you can scoot back like about 1.5 feet, that would be good, so that we need more space in the front so that the kids can really have ample space to hear. So we're going to switch a little bit here. So while the kids are setting up and the devotees are setting up the props and giving us space, I would like to ask the devotees here, if you can raise your hand, you can scream from where you're at. Am I in the way? Okay. What is Damodar Leela? Either nobody knows or we don't want to speak. It's one or the other. Yes, Nabia. And that thing, okay? Yes, that's a good summary of what is Damodar Leela. So now I'm going to ask the devotees, and you guys don't answer, what are the two entities that came out of the two Arjuna trees? No, the kids know because they're in the drama. Nalakuvera and Manigriva. The two Arjuna trees, those are the two entities that came out of that tree when Lord Damodar yanked both the trees down with the help of the mota. So yes, so that is what the Varsha's class is going to be depicting as the beautiful pastime of Damodar Leela. You ready, Varsha Mataji? Roll with it. It's all yours. They need the mic. They need the mic. They need the mic. Go on. Go on. Go ahead.
Scene 1. Krishna the Butter Thief. Krishna and his friends love stealing butter from gopis' houses. They sometimes get caught, but the gopis could not punish them because they love Krishna.
Oh, look, Krishna, the sun is so high in the sky, yet I'm still hungry. You're always hungry. Go and do your work. I also am quite hungry and tired too. Maybe we should go home.
I agree. Let's go home and eat some yummy butter.
Don't talk about butter. It makes me more hungry. Yes, I am hungry thinking of butter.
I got an idea. Let's go home. Let's go to my house while my mother and other gopis are churning butter. We could sneak in and get some yummy butter.
Let's go.
Scene number 2. Gopis are complaining about Krishna stealing the butter. Yashoda Maya, along with the other gopis, were busy churning the butter. The topic of conversation was usual, as it was about Krishna and his pranks.
Oh, Yashoda, you must control your son.
You're just jealous I have a darling little boy. Don't complain about him.
On the other day, I caught him on stealing butter.
Yes, you should tell her about the broken pots. He's so naughty. There are complaints about him all over Gokul, and whenever we catch him, he starts crying.
Scene number 3. The pastime of Nalakuvera and Manigriva. The two great demigods, Nalakuvera and Manigriva, were sons of the treasurer of the demigods, Kuvera, who was a great devotee of Lord Shiva. Nalakuvera and Manigriva, being the sons of a rich man, were very spoiled. Once they entered a garden of Lord Shiva in the region of Kailash to play in the lake. While they were enjoying themselves in the water, all of a sudden Narada, the great sage, happened to pass that way. Nalakuvera and Manigriva could not even see that he was passing. However, Narada was compassionate and wanted to save them from their fallen life. Narada therefore thought that the best punishment for them was to make them immovable living entities or trees. Although the brothers would be punished to become trees, they continued to keep their memory, to be able to know why they were being punished. Sage Narada contemplated that the two demigods should remain as twin Arjuna trees for 100 years in the time of the demigods, in the courtyard of Nanda Maharaj, and after that they would be fortunate enough to see the Supreme Personality of Godhead face to face. Scene number 4. Damodar Leela pastime. Now one day, seeing that her maidservants were engaged in other household duties, Mother Yashoda personally took charge of churning the butter. And while she churned, she sang the childhood pastimes of Krishna and enjoyed thinking of her son. While she was churning, little Krishna appeared. Because he was hungry, well, he wanted his mother to stop churning and feed him her breast milk.
Mata, feed me, Mata, feed me, Mata, feed me.
Mother Yashoda gently took her son on her lap and was about to feed him her milk, when suddenly the milk on the stove began to boil over. Mother Yashoda at once put Krishna aside to go stop the milk from boiling over. While left in this state, Krishna became very, very angry. He pressed his teeth together, and taking a piece of stone, he immediately broke a butter pot. He took butter out of it and went to a secluded place to eat. There Krishna invited Balaram to join him along with the monkeys.
Balaram, come, look what I found.
Yummy butter.
Krishna also called the monkeys and friends to come and share the butter.
Monkeys, come, come.
They climbed atop a grinding mortar to steal more butter and yogurt, and then ate it. Balaram and the monkeys followed Krishna and enjoyed more butter with him. Krishna, Balaram, and the monkeys were deriving great pleasure from eating the butter that they had stolen from Mother Yashoda. They remarked how good the butter tasted.
Wow, so good.
In the meantime, Mother Yashoda returned to the churning place and noticed the broken pot. She began to smile as she thought, "This child is very clever. After breaking the pot, he has left this place, fearing punishment."
Guys,
She then began looking everywhere for him.
Mother showed us here. Everyone run.
After looking everywhere for him, she finally found him standing on the grinding mortar, feeding butter to the monkeys. Balaram looked up to see her coming and said,
Guys, Mother Yashoda's here. Run.
She silently approached her son from behind, carrying a stick in her hand. Then Krishna also saw her coming, so he jumped up and ran away in fear. Mother Yashoda chased him to all corners, trying to capture the Supreme Personality of Godhead. She could not easily catch the fast-running child, and as she ran, her hair loosened as the flowers in her hair fell to the ground. When he was caught, Krishna was almost crying, and he rubbed his eyes with his little lotus hands, smearing black eye cosmetics on his face.
You stealing butter in your own house, haven't I fed you well? So the gopis were right. I didn't eat the butter. My friends put it on my face. Now I have caught you red-handed, and so I will punish you.
Seeing him so frightened, Mother Yashoda threw her stick away and instead began to bind him with rope. But as she endeavored to tie him up, she found that the rope was short by 2 inches. She gathered more rope to add to it, but still they were too short. In this way, she connected all the ropes, but found they were still too short. Smiling and astonished, she thought, "How is this happening?" Lord Krishna, seeing his mother laboring so hard, became compassionate upon her and agreed to be tied to the grinding mortar. After binding her own son securely with the rope, Mother Yashoda returned to her household duties. Little baby Krishna, being bound to the grinding mortar, could see a pair of Arjuna trees in the yard. So he thought to himself,
First, Mata did not feed me enough milk, so I broke the butter pots and ate some. Now she has tied me to a grinding motor, so I have to do something more ridiculous.
Baby Krishna then crawled between the twin Arjuna trees. The grinding mortar lodged horizontally between them. As Krishna pulled on the rope, the trees fell to the ground with a great crash. Out of the broken trees came two demigods, Manigriva and Nalakuvera. They came before Lord Krishna, and bowing down before him, they offered the following prayers.
My dear Lord Krishna, you are the supreme personality of Godhead. We offer our respectful obeisances unto you. Please engage us in your devotional service.
Lord Krishna spoke to the demigods as follows.
My dear demigods, this is your last life in the material world. You could go to your father's kingdom in the heavenly planets. You'll soon be liberated.
The two demigods, astonished, circumambulated the Lord, and again bowing down, and then bowing down before him. Circumambulated the Lord, and again bowing down before him. Continued.
That was a very, very sweet, beautiful drama. What do you guys think? Very nice. I thought Manigriva and Kulavera were going to do an eternal circumambulation, till dust do us come, as they say. But that was really, really sweet. Thank you. Thank you, Varsha. Thank you so much, Mataji. Thank you to the Damodar class. Ki. Like I said, they did a wonderful, they really worked hard on this, at least about 5-6 weeks. They put so much time and effort. So I want to thank the teachers. So when the parents take, after the program, please thank Mother Varsha and commend and compliment the children for the performance that they did. Thank you so much. Hari Hari Bol. Our next drama is by the Gopinath class. And while the kids are gathering, you know what you kids have to go do? Hey, shh. Go to, quickly, please. Go to her, quickly. Stand on that side. Go there. Yeah, just go to her. She'll do it to you. Go there, yeah. Shh, shh, shh. Whisper and tiptoe, inside voice. Remember the inside voice? It's hard for teenagers to understand the inside voice. In the material world, in Kali Yuga, there is something called the mark of God. Different religions have different ways of showing the mark of God. In Brahma Gaudiya Vaishnavism, the mark of God is what we have on our foreheads. It's called tilak. And sometimes we get questioned, what is that on your forehead? Sometimes those got took. Sometimes, they think it's leftover paint. I've heard that before. Sometimes they think it's bird poop. I've heard that before. Yeah. And sometimes they think it's something interesting and weird, but they don't know what it is, but it's something spiritual. How many of us here actually know why do we wear tilak on our forehead? Raise your hand. Thank you, Mother Batangi. Srila Prabhupada disciple ki jai. Where does that story come from of why we wear tilak? You're going to find out now. So without further delay, we are going to start the drama, and Raja is going to be the narrator. Do you need a mic from me? You got a mic? Hariva. Now the kids are going to be speaking from loud without, I guess, with the mic. So I request the adults, the parents, to please really pay attention, because we want to know why we are wearing tilak and what is the essence of tilak. So at the end, I'll quiz all of you. Let's see how many of us are paying attention of why we are wearing Gopi Chandan. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Rama Rama. Hare Hare. Can we please have Haribo and round of applause for the kids while they start their play? A little louder. Haribo! Do you know why we use Gopi Chandan for putting tilak on our foreheads? There is an interesting pastime of Lord Krishna behind the origin of Gopi Chandan. Once, the great devotee, Sri Narada Muni, had a desire to find out who was the greatest devotee of Lord Krishna. He thought and thought, but was unable to come to any conclusion. So, he decided to ask Lord Krishna himself. Narad Muni traveled and finally reached the Lord's palace. He went inside to have his darshan and saw the Lord lying on a couch and holding his head in his hands. Sri Narada paid his obeisances to the Lord and inquired, Narad Muni left the Lord's palace to give some dust from the feet of one of his devotees. He was wondering who would agree to give the dust from his feet. On his way, he saw a couple of the Pandava brothers. Narad Muni continued his search for the dust from a devotee's feet. As he entered Dwarka, he met Uddhava. Uddhava is a very, very close friend and advisor of Krishna, and Akrura is his maternal uncle. Uddhava and Akrura paid obeisance to Narad Muni
and Narad Muni blessed them.
Krishna has a headache today, and if you'll give me some dust from your feet and the Lord places it on his head, then only his headache will be relieved.
No way. Krishna is my worshipable Lord and my dearmost friend. I cannot commit this sin. Please forgive me.
Narad Muni left and then went to the queens of Lord Krishna in Dwarka. They paid their respectful obeisances to Narad Muni and offered him a seat.
Krishna has a headache today.
Oh, what has happened to my beloved Lord? How did he get this headache?
Well, that I don't know, but I know how it can be cured.
How?
If you give me some dust from your feet and the Lord places it on his head, then only his headache will be cured.
What? The dust from our feet?
Yes, some dust from your feet.
No, how could we do this? Krishna is our beloved husband and we are his chaste wives. Sorry, but we cannot commit this great sin.
Narad Muni left Dwarka too and decided to go to Vrindavan, where Krishna spent his childhood, and everyone loves Krishna very much. Most of the residents of Vrindavan refused to give dust from their feet. Even the cowherd friends of Krishna refused. They all love Krishna very much, and of course, they were all very concerned about his headache. They offered to massage his head with nice oils or do anything else, but they refused to give dust from their feet. Narad Muni was not successful in Vrindavan too. Narad Muni began to feel very, very helpless. He was about to leave Vrindavan when he passed by a garden full of flowers. He saw many gopis in this garden. They were all talking about Krishna and remembering his sweet pastimes. When the gopis saw Narad Muni, they paid their respectful obeisances.
How is our dear Krishna?
Krishna has a headache today.
Oh no, what happened? What can be. How did Krishna get a headache? What can be done to relieve the Lord's headache?
Narad Muni stayed quiet. He had told so many devotees about the cure for Krishna's headache and was refused, so he was not very hopeful this time.
Please tell us how we can relieve our dear Krishna from this headache.
If you'll give me some dust from your feet and the Lord places it on his head, then only his headache will be cured.
Will that cure his headache?
Yes, it will.
Are you sure, Naraji?
Yes, that's what the Lord told me.
Okay, let's go to the banks of Yamuna and walk on the dust of the bank. You should fill us many bags with that dust and take it to Krishna.
Aren't you afraid of going to hell?
Why?
Because Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. If he puts the dust from your feet on his head, then you will go to hell for this sinful act.
We don't really care if we go to hell. Krishna is the most beloved life and soul. We are ready to do anything that will give him happiness, even if it means we have to go to hell.
Narad Muni was struck with wonder at the depth, purity, and sincerity of the gopis' devotion to Krishna. In his mind, Narad Muni paid prostrated obeisances to all the gopis and prayed that he may be blessed with the same mood of selfless devotion.
What are you waiting for, Naraji? Let's hurry up. Krishna must be feeling so much pain.
The gopis went to the banks of the Yamuna and walked and walked and walked over miles and miles of dust along the Yamuna's banks. They gathered all the dust in bags and handed it to Narad Muni. Narad Muni took all the dust and left for Dwarka.
Did you get the dust, Nalaji?
Yes, my lord.
Narad Muni opened one of the huge bags he had brought with him. Krishna took a lot of that dust and placed it all over his head. He immediately felt very happy and relieved.
Who gave you so much dust, Nalaji?
The gopis, my lord.
Narad Muni narrated his entire adventure. Krishna was very pleased to hear all of this.
Has your question finally been answered?
Yes, my lord.
With tears in his eyes, Narad Muni paid obeisances to his beloved Lord Krishna. The dust that he had brought from Vrindavan became Gopi Chandan. Vaishnavas still use this dust to apply tilak on their bodies and pray for the mercy of the gopis. This is how Gopi Chandan came into existence.
So now we know why we wear tilak. Who wants to have the mark of God on your forehead? I tell you what, there's tilak being sold in the gift shop right now. It's only $3-4. Grab it while you can. This is the reason why we wear Gopi Chandan. Thank you, kids. Thank you, Gopinath class. Hari Hari Bol. Thank you, Vraja Gopi. They work really hard. They work really hard. Somehow we got kids from Varsha's class, some from my class. Somehow we got it together. Cooperation. Really, really nice. Thank you, Varsha. This is the beauty of why we wear tilak. Because the gopis, the tilak is Gopi Chandan. That is where they get the tilak, is from Vrindavan, where the gopis walked on. So it's beautiful mercy to wear that tilak. We should be proud. We should be proud of saying, my goodness, I have the mark of God on my forehead. What? There's nothing for me to be embarrassed of, you know? And it's glorious to actually wear the dust that the gopis walked on in the holy Dham of Vrindavan, to have it on our foreheads. And even more is, Gopi Chandan is not only available in India, it's global market. It's available everywhere. We have it in America. So we should have no excuse to be, embarrassed or shy of having the mark of God on our forehead. We should be very, very proud. So that is how the Lord got his headache relieved. And if you remember, and I don't think many of you may have caught the first couple of interactions between Naraji and Krishna, but the question that Naraji had for Krishna was, who was his greatest devotee? And we all saw from the different scenes, it was the gopis. It wasn't the brahmanas. It wasn't the queens of Vrindavan. It wasn't the Pandavas. It wasn't, it wasn't Uddhava. It wasn't Akrura, his dear uncle and dearest cousin. It was the gopis. And what was the question that Naraji asked the gopis? Why would you give the dust off your feet? He even asked them, aren't you afraid to go to hell? Many of us here would think, oh, we'll be thinking a million, thousand, gazillion, trillion times. My God, I'm going to go to hell to make this. But the gopis, they gave everything. They didn't care if they had to come back many lifetimes. They didn't care if they committed a sin. They didn't care if they made an offense. They just wanted to do what? Make Krishna happy. To please the Lord. That is the goal of Krishna consciousness. How can I please Krishna? That should be a question that we should ask ourselves every single day. How can I please Krishna? What should I do to please Krishna? What should I not do to make Krishna upset? It's all about pleasing Krishna. That's the gopis. So when we speak about the gopis, so when we talk about the gopis, when we glorify the gopis, we cannot mimic them. It's actually an offense. to imitate the gopis because they are pure souls. We are not pure. We only follow in the footsteps of their teachings because the gopis are very, very, very pure. 24/7, they're thinking of Krishna. 24/7. It'll be, I mean, at least for me, I can say I'll be lucky if I even do have, 5 minutes because as soon as the phone call rings from the office, from the boss, that's it, 9 to 5. We don't think about Krishna. We think about reports and this and that and everything regarding work, right? And sometimes we think of Krishna most when we're in trouble. When we're not in trouble, we don't think of Krishna because everything's going beautiful, hunky-dory. But the gopis were not like that. They were always thinking of Krishna. That is the lesson of why the gopis are very, very dear to the Lord. And if we want to follow in the footsteps, we pray to the gopis. Help me to have a little surrender, the surrender that you have for Krishna. Let me have the little surrender. That's the beauty of why we wear Gopi Chandan. And in fact, I think just now when I was putting tilak on some of the kids, that were in the drama, I had them stand in one line, 10 children. And they're putting tilak on. And they felt good. We should encourage our children to come to the temple wearing tilak. On top of that, we as parents should also wear tilak. Because if you don't wear tilak and you tell the kids to tell tilak, one day the kid is going to ask you, Dad, you're telling me, but you're not doing it. Or Mom, you're telling me, but you're not doing it. So we are not following the principles that we should be teaching our kids, but we want our kids to follow. So something is wrong there. So we should definitely encourage our children to wear tilak because it's Gopi Chandan, the dust of the gopis, walked on just to please the Lord. And even parents should come proudly wearing tilak to the temple. Because when the kids say, oh, Mom and Dad is wearing tilak, I should also wear tilak because kids follow what parents do. So it's really, really important. Another pastime, while we are waiting for the Lord to have his dinner, his bhoga, then we'll go into Guru Puja, followed by Arti and Govardhan Parikrama. One of the lessons that is taught in Govardhan Leela, there was a very great personality that's involved in the pastime. Who is it? Someone said it here. Lord Indra. Lord Indra is a very exalted personality of the Lord. But at the same time, his ego was crushed because of pride and envy and greed. He knew that the Lord was the supreme, the supreme personality, God was Krishna. But he felt puffed up. I am in control. Sometimes we go through that, when we think, I got it all figured out. Yes, the Lord is supreme, but I'm in control. Right? The pride, the envy, and the greed. And the Lord comes. How old was Krishna when he lifted Govardhana Hill? 7 years. How many of your kids are 7 years of age? Oh, all the kids are either smaller or bigger, 7 years. He's 12. Okay, you have a 7-year-old. Can you imagine a 7-year-old lifting Govardhan Hill on his pinky? Only that the Supreme Lord can do that. No, none of us can do it. But it took a 7-year-old to crash the ego of Lord Indra, who felt like, I am the demigod. I'm the controller of the rain, right? He demolished Vrindavan, brought so much torrents of rain, called in the rain clouds and this demon and that demon and everything, but they didn't get at all affected. The Vrindavan inhabitants only took shelter of one person, the 7-year-old Supreme Lord. That's all they took shelter of. And Lord Indra's ego was crushed. Now, why were the inhabitants of Vrindavan worshipping Lord Indra? For the crops, because He was the Lord of Rains, right? So they wanted to say thank you in gratitude to Lord Indra. So he was getting puffed up. What did Lord Krishna do? Smash that ego, as we say in ISKCON. Smash that ego, right? And why was Krishna doing that? He was teaching us that worshiping the Lord is much better than worshiping the demigods. Because Lord Indra gets his strength from whom? Krishna. Every demigod gets the strength from Lord Krishna. They don't have their own strength. The ultimate source of the strength is Krishna. Is like the president of the country. He gives power to all the prime minister and the president, the cabinets and what have you. That's the same thing with Krishna. But the power is on Krishna. Same thing in Krishna consciousness. Supreme strength is completely with Krishna. It just gets passed down to the different demigods. So Krishna is saying, I am more powerful. Why do you want to worship Lord Indra? I am the one that's giving you rain. I'm the one that's supplying you the fresh grains and this and that and the fruits, and I am supplying it. It's not Lord Indra. He gets his power from me. So he was correcting them. That is the lesson behind that. How Lord Krishna crashed and smashed the ego and the pride and the envy and the greed of Lord Indra to remind him, you are my servant. Surrender unto me, because everything that you have comes from me. I am the source of your strength. You don't have it on your own. That's a very powerful pastime of Lord Indra and Krishna. So when we do parikrama around Govardhana Hill, and if you can see, we have a very nice, loving, sweet, cute, pretty, handsome Giri Govardhan sitting right over this replica of Govardhana Hill. And these are all the offerings made by the devotees with love and care. When we circumambulate Govardhan Parikrama, when we go around the hill, offer a prayer to Lord Krishna. Just as the Lord smashed the pride and envy and greed of Lord Indra, offer that same prayer to the Lord, that whatever pride I have, whatever envy, whatever greed I have, please smash it. Just smash it. Like wholeheartedly, like mean it. When you say the prayer, you should mean it, smash it. Because I'll tell you something, majority of people in the world, if you ask them, do you have pride? They'll say, no, I don't. Nobody wants to admit that they are proud. Nobody wants to admit that there's envy. Nobody wants to admit that they have greed. In fact, they don't even recognize that they have that. That's the dangerous part. We don't even recognize that we have pride and envy and greed. But it's there. Because we don't know, say the prayer. If we know, say the prayer. If we don't know, say the prayer. This is the beautiful pastime of what Lord Krishna is teaching us in Govardhana Hill, Govardhana Leela. It is just not all about coming together, celebrating Damodar Leela, enjoying the sweets. Sometimes I see devotees, we go around the hill. I'll try to mimic and see if you guys know what I'm trying to do here, okay? We go around the hill and we check it out. Oh, I see pizza, man. I better get that before everything goes. Then we check out the cookies. Ooh, I better get that one. Where's our focus? We're not focusing on the pastime. We're not focusing on the meaning of why we are going around Govardhan Parikrama. We're not focusing what is the lesson that Krishna is teaching us from Govardhan Leela. We are focusing on the cheesecakes, and I'm giving you hints, by the way. That's what's on the table here, okay? I'm telling you so that you don't have to savor when you go around. The cheesecakes and the cookies and the pies and I see halwa, I'll stop right there. That's what we do. That's not Govardhan Leela. That is not honestly celebrating Govardhan Leela. The real way to celebrate Govardhan Leela is to go around and admire and say, wow, beautiful offerings for Giri Govardhan. Wow, look at this wonderful hill. Oh my God, such nice deer and cows and, birds and flowers and peacocks and, bulls and little rabbits. That's what you want to see. And then thank the Lord for allowing us to partake in this parikrama. And thank the Lord and say, Krishna, you know what? Just as you smashed the pride and the envy and greed of Lord Indra, please smash mine. I don't know if I have it. Oh, I do have it. But whatever it is, just smash it. Instead of looking for the next plates. And then, and what I've also seen is, once we go around, then we stop. And then we stop next. Oh, they don't have it here. Smart kids. They'll stop next to the take out the buzz, Make sure that I get that. I better get that. Because if it is only 6 pieces, man, Jesus, 100 of us here, my God. Seriously. When we do that, we really haven't understood the glories of Govardhan Leela. That's why it's so important that on Govardhan Puja, we remind ourselves of why we are celebrating Govardhan Puja. What is the lesson? For me, that should always be the moral. Every pastime of the Lord has a lesson for me. And if we don't know what the lesson is, ask someone. Prabhu, Mataji, what is the lesson? Don't feel shy. Ask and we'll be happy to share with you and say, you know what? Wow. And if we know the lesson, then meditate on that. Such a wonderful lesson for me to learn. Such a wonderful lesson for me to take home and think, this is why I'm celebrating Govardhan Puja. Is to remind me of the pastime of Lord Indra, how the Lord smashed the ego, how the Lord saved the inhabitants of Vrindavan for 7 days. Imagine standing under a mountain for 7 days. 7 days, torrents of rain. As soon as we hear thunder, lightning, what we do? We run to the basement. As soon as we get news of tornado warning, that's it. We panic. Right? As soon as we hear warning of hurricane, like just recently, I think 3 days ago or something, I was on my cell phone, they're saying forest fire. I said, forest fire? I thought that's in California. What's it doing in Pennsylvania? But there's warnings everywhere. There's one side of the globe is fine, the other side of the globe is messy. That's Kali Yuga. But that's when we take shelter of the Lord. Just as the inhabitants of the inhabitants of Vrindavan, they ran to the Lord and they stood under the Govardhana Hill for 7 days. They didn't eat. They didn't drink. They didn't sleep. They were just dancing and praising the glories of the Lord. 24/7 for 7 days. And how that 7 days went by, even they had no idea. They were just absorbed in Krishna. Because they knew, if I take shelter of the Lord, no matter what happens, He's there for me. Ask ourselves, do I have that surrender? If the answer is no, ask the Lord, pray. Please give me a little bit of that surrendering mood. Help me to develop surrender so that I can surrender to you and believe in taking shelter of you. That's the key point. There are many lessons. In fact, I was just reading a nice quote. I think it was... I think it was either Radhanath Swami or Bhakti Rasamrita Maharaj sometime today. And they were saying that in this beautiful pastime, all the 6 opulence of Krishna is exhibited. So you can see every pastime, there's lessons in these pastimes. There are morals in these pastimes. Just have to stop and ask ourselves, what is there for me to learn from this pastime for me to improve my spiritual life? Because at the end of the day, Krishna wants us to come closer to him. I was always told by my spiritual master, when we take one step towards Krishna, he takes 100 steps towards us. We just don't see it. Just one step. And we go closer, and we go closer, and we go closer. One step at a time. And the Lord comes closer to us. But why is it that we must take the step first? Remember the Damodar Lila pastime that we just saw, right? Right before the Lord crashed it down, his mother was trying to tie him, right? And every time she tied, what happened? It was 2 inches short. Why was it always 2 inches short? Because the effort, the 2 inches represent effort and mercy. We make the effort, Krishna gives the mercy. We make another step of effort, Krishna gives the mercy. We make another step of effort, Krishna gives the mercy. Why we make the effort? Because loving Krishna is free will. Krishna is not going to say, you got to love me. How many of us have told our husbands, you know what, Varsha, you better love me, man. I don't think Prasad has ever said that to her. I'm hoping. Okay, I'm laughing at you. And I'm sure the wife hasn't said, you know what, Pritesh, you gotta love me. Because you know what, you just gotta love me. No. Love is free will. Love is, you do it from heart. You can't force someone to love. That's what Krishna is doing. So Krishna will come if we make that extra effort. Then he comes. You make another step, and then he comes. That's the effort and the mercy. Beautiful pastime. So many lessons in just one pastime. So many lessons. It's just for us to meditate. Shri Shinita Gaurachandra ki, Radha Bihari ki, Jagannath Bali Subhadra ki, Jai. It's just taking a moment to reflect and ask yourselves, beautiful pastime, what is the lesson in this for me to learn for my spiritual benefit? So now we are going to have Govardhana Puja to Prabhupada, and then we will circumambulate during Aarti around Govardhan Parikrama. As we circumambulate, please say a prayer to Giri Govardhan. Offer yourselves, offer your mind. Just drop it at the Lord's feet. Offer your heart. Offer your whole being. Offer everything in yourself and say, Krishna, use me as your instrument. And the more we say that prayer, Dam was laughing because he and I know this pastime. The more we say that prayer, Krishna, use me as an instrument, you'll see magic. You'll see magic. But when you say the prayer, be ready for the magic and surrender. You can't, okay, Krishna, I know I made that deal, but please, can you just hold off a little bit? It doesn't work that way. We cannot say, okay, Krishna, I know I told you, I surrender, but Are Baba, slow down. It doesn't work that way. It's either complete or zero. That's the Lord's mercy. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. We'll assemble around Prabhupada with Guru Puja, followed by Aarti and Govardhan Parikrama. Hari Hari Bol.
Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Srila Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakati Sadma. Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakati Sadma. Bando muy savadana mate. Bando muy savadana mate. Jahara prasade bhai he bhava toriya jai. Krishna prapti hoy jaha hoy te. Krishna prapti hoy jaha hoy te. Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Jite te koriya kya. Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Jite te koriya kya. Arna kori ho mane asha. Arna kori ho mane asha. Shri Guru Charane Rati Aishe Uttama Gati. Shri Guru Charane Rati Aishe Uttama Gati. Je prasade pure sarva asha. Je प्रसाद पूरे सर्वा आशा चक्षुदान दिलो जे जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु से चक्षुदान दिलो जे जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु से दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशित दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशित प्रेम भक्ति जहाँ होते अविद्या विनाश जाते प्रेम भक्ति जहाँ होते अविद्या विनाश जाते वेद गाय जहर चरित वेद गाय जहर चरित श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु आदम नर बंधु श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु आदम नर बंधु लोकनाथ लोकेरा जीवाना लोकनाथ लोकेरा जीवाना हा प्रभु करो दया देव मोरे पादा छाया आहा प्रभु कर दया दे हमारे पाद छाया आहा प्रभु कर दया दे हमारे पाद छाया ए बेजास कुस्तु त्रिभुवना श्रीला प्रभुपाद पतित पावना जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय प्रभुपाद जय जय गुरुदेव 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 जय जय गुरुदेव निताय गौर हरि हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी इति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यादेशतारिणे
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta-vrinda Bolo Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta-vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta-vrinda Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta-vrinda Jai Shri Bolo 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 Jaya Gaur Bhakta-vrinda Jaya Gaur Bhakta-vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Oh Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Oh Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Oh Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Oh Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Giri Govardhan Jaya Giri Govardhan Jaya Giri Govardhan Giri Govardhan Jaya Giri Govardhan Giri Govardhan Jaya 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 Giri Govardhan Giri Govardhan Jaya Giri Govardhan Jaya Giriraj Maharaj Giriraj Maharaj Jaya Giriraj Maharaj Giriraj Maharaj Bolo Bolo
Jaya Giriraj Maharaj, Giriraj Maharaj, Giriraj Maharaj, Giriraj Maharaj. Jaya Krishna, Jaya Krishna, Jaya Krishna, Jaya Shri Krishna. Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Shri Radhe. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, bolo, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Please sing Haribol. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Harinam bolo. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Bolo, bolo, bolo. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Prahlada Daine. Prahlada
तलाददायिने हिरण्यकाशीपूर्वक्षः हिरण्यकाशीपूर्वक्षः शिलाटङ्कानकालाय शिलाटङ्कानकालाय Tito Narasimha Parato Narasimha Tito Narasimha Parato Narasimha Yato Yato Yami Tato Narasimha Yato yato yami tato Narasimha Ahe Narasimha Hridaye Narasimha Bahe Narasimha Hridaye Narasimha Narasimha Madhim Sharanam Prapade Narasimha Madhim Sharanam Prapade Avakara Kamalavari Nakham Adhuta Singam Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanubringa Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Keshavadita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare 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 Jaya Jagadish Jaya Jagadish Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadish, Jaya Jagadish, Jaya Jagadish Hare. Jaya Narasimhadev, 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 Jaya Narasimhadev.
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Jai Gaura Hari Bol. Namamishwaram Sachit Anandarupam Lasat Kundalam Gokule Brajamana Namamishwaram Sachit Anandarupam Lasat Kundalam Gokule Brajamana Yashoda Biyalu Kaladavamana Yashoda Biyalu Kaladavamana Paramishramatyantato Drutya Gopya Paramishramatyantato Drutya Gopya Rudantam Mahunitra Yugmam Rijatam Lasat Kunda Vajasatankanetra Rudantam Mahunitra Yugmam Rijatam Karamboja Yugmena Satankanetra Muhusvasaka Trirekanka Kanta Muhusvasaka Trirekanka Kanta Jitagrevadamodaram Bhakti Badam Jitagrevadamodaram Bhakti Badam Namamishwaram Sachit Anandarupam Lasat Kundalam Gokule Brajamana Namamishwaram Sachit Anandarupam Lasat Kundalam Gokule Brajamana Iti Drikshvali Labir Ananda Kunde Swagosham Nimajantam Akyapayantam Iti Drikshvali Labir Ananda Kunde Swagosham Nimajantam Akyapayantam तदीशिता जिष्णु भक्त जितात्वा तदीशिता जिष्णु भक्त जितात्वा पुनः प्रेमतस्तं सदा प्रीतिवन्दे पुनः प्रेमतस्तं सदा प्रीतिवन्दे वरं देवमोक्षं न मोक्षं वदेव न चान्यवृणेऽहं वरेशादपीह परं देवमोक्षं न मोक्षं वदेव न चान्यवृणेऽहं वरेशादपीह इदं ते वपुनाथ गोपाल बाला इदं ते वपुनाथ गोपाल बाला सदा मे मनस्य विरस्तं किमन्ये सदा मे मनस्य विरस्तं किमन्ये नमामीश्वरं सच्चित् आनन्दरूपं लसत्कुण्डलं गोकुले व्रजमानम् नमामीश्वरं सच्चित् आनन्दरूपं लसत्कुण्डलं गोकुले व्रजमानम् वृतं कुण्डलैः स्निग्धरक्तैश्च गोप्या इदं ते मुखाम्बुजम् आतन्तनीलवृतं कुण्डलैः स्निग्धरक्तैश्च गोप्या मुहुश्चुम्बितं बिम्बारसादरं मे मुहुश्चुम्बितं बिम्बारसादरं मे मनस्य विरस्तमलं लक्ष्यलाभे मनस्य विरस्तमलं लक्ष्यलाभे नमो देवदामोदर अनन्त विष्णु प्रसीद प्रभु दुःखजलाब्धिमग्नम् नमो देवदामोदर अनन्त विष्णु प्रसीद प्रभु दुःखजलाब्धिमग्नम् कृपादृष्टिवृष्यति दीनं बतानो कृपादृष्टिवृष्यति दीनं बतानो गृहनिशमामाज्ञमे दक्षिदृश्य गृहनिशमामाज्ञमेद्यक्षिदृश्या नमामीश्वरं सच्चिदानन्दरूपं रसकुण्डलं गोकुले व्रजमाना नमामीश्वरं सच्चिदानन्दरूपं रसकुण्डलं गोकुले व्रजमाना कुबेरात्मजौ बद्ध मूर्तैवयाद्वान् वयमुचितौ भक्तिभजौ कृतौ च कुबेरात्मजौ बद्धमूर्त्यैवयाद्वान् वयमुचितौ भक्तिभजौ कृतौ च तथा प्रेम भक्तिं स्वाकमे प्रयाच तथा प्रेम भक्तिं स्वाकमे प्रयाच तथा प्रेम भक्तिं स्वाकमे प्रयाच नमो शीघ्रहो मे स्थिदामोदरे हा नमो शीघ्रहो मे स्थिदामोदरे हा नमस्ते सुदाम्ने स्फुरादिप्तिदाम्ने स्वदीयोदराय विश्वासदाम्ने नमस्ते सुदाम्ने स्फुरादिप्तिदाम्ने स्वदीयोदराय विश्वासदाम्ने नमो राधिकाय त्वदीयाय प्रियाय 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 Oh, Namo Radhikaya Tvadiya Priyaya Namo Radhikaya Tvadiya Priyaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Shri Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Namo Radhikaya Tvadiya Priyaya Namo Nantanilaya Devaya Tobhyam अमोऽनन्त लीलाय देवाय तुभ्यम् Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Oh Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Jaya Radha Damodar Radha Damodar Radha Damodar Shri Radhe Jaya Gora Hari Jaya Gora Chandra Jaya Gora Hari Jaya Gora Chandra Jaya Gora Hari Jaya Gora Chandra Jaya Gora Hari Jaya Radha Shri Bihari Radha Shri Bihari Radha Shri Bihari Shri Radhe Jaya Jagannatha Baladeva Jaya Shri Subhadra Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jai Guru Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Jai Guru Hari Bol Jai Guru Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Guru Hari Bol Shri Shri Yashoda Damodar Bhagavan ki, Shri Shri Nitai Gaur Chandra Bhagavan ki, Shri Shri Radha Shat Bihari Lalita Vishakha ki, Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Maya ki, Nitai Gaur Premanande. Already done.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Rama,